that doesn't quite get the juices flowing of your everyday golfer. If I go on the Callaway website now, I'll screenshot it.
How you all doing? Look, this is an important video. Something slightly different. You saw a wee snapshot at the beginning. It's not about James Robinson. It's about keeping yourself okay in your head. You could call it mental health, well-being. Just a little quick discussion about this. The phrase toxic productivity. What does that mean? 5 signs of something that is, or we are all exposed to. Social media, influencers, they're everywhere. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Absolutely bombarding you 24/7. If you do not take time out from social media, you can be fooled into this toxic productivity circle. Call it a loop. It basically tricks your mind and belief that all these guys, right, all these influencers, all these YouTubers, all this social media, boom, 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 they've all got perfect lives. They all are fantastic. They all are so much better than you, right? And you get beat up over it. And eventually it starts to really affect your mental health. Now, toxic productivity is a kind of new word for someone who's a bit of a workaholic, right? And you can get caught up in something and you just feel that you need to keep working and doing it because it's productivity that's bringing you wealth, it's making others feel better, that sort of thing, right? But where it goes wrong is, like I say, you're watching too much of it and you're watching a perfect make-believe world, which is not actually out there, right? But these influencers, YouTubers alike, would love you to believe that it's absolutely wonderful, it's perfect. Look at what I've got. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Look at what I've got, right? All these guys and girls that are influencers and YouTubers do not pay or buy anything that they have on their channels. It's all given to them as freebies. They never declare it. That's neither here nor there though, is it? I mean, we've harked on about this for long enough. Nobody actually really... Does anyone care? It's actually advertising standards and law. But rarely do any video on these channels ever put up the thing that says, promotion included advertising material, which really by law they should, because they're getting paid, right, by promoting the product on views and on advertising, sub-branded advertising, which appears on the back of most channels. Or if they send you to a link, they're getting paid so much every time someone goes to that link. Now, we're not saying that people aren't allowed to make a living, because that's clearly what their job. 24/7 their job is an influencer. But the thing is, they've chose to do that as a job, as a career. They've made that decision. I am going to be an influencer, or I am going to be a YouTuber. They've decided off their own back to do it. So, just like any other employer, and if you're self-employed, you should follow the guidance, because your boss will soon tell you your work if you're not doing the job right, or you're breaking some health and safety law or some other law that approaches or interferes with your job. So somebody somewhere has got to police it. But toxic productivity for your mental health over a period of time, watching endless vlogs on perfect golf courses. You might think at the time of watching these, they won't have any effect on your mental health. But eventually, you'll start to question, how come I don't get to play as much on good golf courses as they do? How come they've always got friends and people round them and things like that, right? And it'll chip away at you. And if it goes unchecked, then it starts to eat into you. And before you know it, you're pretty much depressed or heading towards depression. So the thing is, you've got to kind of limit your interaction in a fake world as much as possible. And keep your interactions in the real world, which is out and about you. I mean, influencers, YouTubers, all that type of people, they love you to interact with them, right? Because it's like, whoa, like, sub, share, all that craziness. Because it boosts their profile and gets them more views. What do you get out of it? They'd like you to think that you're their friend. You interact with them and you are the best thing since sliced, whatever the heck it is. Anybody on YouTube, influencers, Facebook, etc., their biggest fear? People just stop watching them. People just switch off. Haha, got you there. So, for your own mental health and well-being, I'm here to tell you, watch social media with the same kind of skepticism. Like if somebody knocked on your door and said to you, this is the best thing since sliced bread and I'd like to sell it to you over your doorstep, you'd tell them to go bolt, because you'd be like, why you didn't you ring my doorbell again? No cold calling, away to wherever the heck you came from. I'm not interested. Off it. So really, you should be asking yourself the 3 questions. How much free time have I got? And like, is it going to be positive watching social media and interacting with it? If the answer to both of those is yes, then continue to stage 3. Limit yourself to like watching an hour, maybe 15-20 minutes on Facebook, half an hour on Instagram. Do not spend all your time on social media platforms getting lost in what you think is the real world. Because I've got news for you, it's not. It's actually out there, through that window, through that door, walking around. Oh, look, there's somebody, a real person, and they're walking towards me. Good morning, good afternoon, how you doing? You never know, you might start a wee conversation. Actually, oh, wait a minute. Yes, an actual conversation, not a leave a comment, like and a share, and for goodness sakes, smash that like button. I mean, this is 2022 and it's now time to wake the feck up. Thanks for watching. And hopefully you'll watch another video. But remember, don't overdo it, because your own mental health and your own inner self is the most important thing you have, right? And if that gets damaged, then you can't impart your self on others, right? As much as you should be able to. So you've got to look after number 1, and then that number 1 can look after a whole load of people. And it might sound silly, but you could go and make the world a better place. And I know that sounds really like pass me the bucket, but that is it in a nutshell. That is life, innit?